Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy Leone. Thanks so much for joining us on Suncoast FYI. I'm in for Nancy O'Neill today. This week, we're displaying artwork from Jessica Nagy. You can see more of Jessica's work at the Made By Gallery at the Ringlings College of Art and Design. And today on Suncoast FYI, we have Gary Ingram, president of Ingram Marine, Sherry Gooby, director of weddings and events with Mixon Fruit Farms, and Sandy Lang and Elena Utaro, the president and fundraising chair for Sarasota County Aging Network. They're all coming up next right here on Suncoast FYI. Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy Leone. Thanks for being with us on this week's Suncoast FYI. There's no doubt it's hot out there. If you're trying to take advantage of the heat, you're probably out on the beach or on the water. It's easy to get to the beach, but where to get a boat? Our first guest is the president of Ingram Marine, Gary Ingram. He can tell us about all the best products in the marina industry. Hello, Gary. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question is, how long or how did Ingram Marine start?
Well, Ingram Marine is truly a family business. My father started it 35 years ago down in Placida, Florida. He bought it from a family business, or family itself. And at the time, when he bought it, nobody in the family was in the business. We all were doing our things. I was in college. So, but my father was a person that had great vision. Besides being a great father. But he bought the facility, which was a great facility. It's down in Placida, right next to Boca Grande. Some of the best boating in the world is in Charlotte Harbor. And Gasparilla Marina was just down the road from world-famous Boca Grande Pass, which is the tarpon capital of the world. So that's how that got started, and we're now celebrating our 35th year.
Oh, my goodness.
And we've grown the business, and we've got going to have 5 locations starting this fall. I mean, we have 4 now, and we're going to be opening our last location here in October.
That's fantastic. So it's truly a family business. We were talking a little bit off camera that it's brothers and sisters and brothers-in-law and whatnot. So yeah.
I got my brother in the business, who's been with us for 35 years. I got my sister's husband in the business, who's our comptroller. He's been in the business for basically that same time. My sister's 2 kids are in the business.
Wow.
And they're very active. They're in high positions. My brother's stepson is in the business.
Wonderful.
I might have a future one myself in the business down the road.
Wonderful. So you've been in this quite a while, your family has, but how have things changed in the last 35 years?
Technology. Start with the depth finders. I mean, you can go by a dock now, and you can look over and say, hey, there's fish against the pilings because of the side imaging on depth finders. Power poles, which make it really quiet for people that fish in the skinny water to quietly say, I think I want to fish this area. You can put a power pole down, which is a silent anchor, and it's really improved fishing.
Wow.
And it's a lot nicer than taking the old anchor out of the water that used to have mud on it and making all that noise. And then, of course, noise is not good when you're in shallow water.
Not really, no. So you've seen all these changes, but how do we think we're going in the future now? Because I know you're going to be at the forefront of this. So,
well, the future, I think outboard, first of all, the boat manufacturers are trying to build their boats and be more efficient. You still have the same core people fishing, cruising, but boating will change with the outboards. More boats are outboard oriented now. When I was being raised by my father, there was a lot of sport fishing boats out there fishing offshore and fishing and boating. Outboard boats have replaced those. There's a lot of 34, 42, 44-foot outboard boats now going through the water. That didn't happen back in the 80s. Didn't happen. So that will continue to change. I think there'll be more boats going to outboards, and even on the cruising side, you'll see more outboards. You might not see them because the boat manufacturers will build them to where you don't see them, but they'll be powered by outboards because outboards are a lot more durable. They have a better shelf life. They're better around salt water.
Okay. How many models or varieties of vessel do you guys have?
Well, with having the number of locations, because we basically go all the way up to the Skyway Bridge down to Estero. That's our market.
Wow.
But we don't have all of that market for every boat line. Some of our boat lines let us sell from that to that. But
Okay.
in doing that, we've had to go out and get other boat lines. But we're very blessed. Our boat lines are top of the line. Yeah, any salesman's going to say that, but they are. From the bay boats to the offshore boats to our pontoon boats, we got a great team.
It sounds like it. Wonderful family business, very passionate about the product.
And they're all powered by the best saltwater engine on the market.
Really?
Yeah, we've been a Yamaha dealer almost 35 years.
Wow. Okay, so almost the whole time that you've been.
Yes, my dad took them on.
Wonderful.
Smart move.
Very smart.
Smart move.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for joining us today, and appreciate that, and hope to see you back here really soon.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, the ocean may be Florida's saltiest attraction, but one Suncoast business says they're Florida's sweetest attraction. Right after the break, we'll take a visit to Mixon Fruit Farms with Director of Weddings and Events, Sherry Gooby. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.